when engineers began dismantling the seismically vulnerable eastern span of the Bay Bridge in 2014. Officials agreed to donate parts of the bridge, more than 400 tons of Bay Bridge steel, to public art projects across the state of California.
Here represent teams who have already been awarded steel, so they know which pieces they're getting.
The Oakland Museum of California was appointed to find an expert panel to review the hundreds of potential applications. 13 projects were awarded steel. In July 2016, sculptors like Mark Bullwinkle of San Francisco got their first glimpse of the steel they would get to work with. Bullwinkle steel would go to Joshua Tree in Southern California. He wasn't daunted by the heavy challenge.
Oh, nothing. I used to build ships. I worked on bridges.
Tony Stantiner was there too, after having reviewed the original architectural drawings of the Bay Bridge.
You look at the schematics and you get a kind of an idea of what the stuff looks like, but then once you get here and you start looking at it, you're like, wow, it's inspiring. So I actually applied for one of these eyepieces, and I walked up and there was a whole stack of them there, sandblasted. And when I first walked up, I kind of looked at them, didn't know what they were. Then all of a sudden I said, whoa, that's the piece I'm getting. It's beautiful.
The steel had to be decontaminated. Lead paint was sandblasted off in an environmentally controlled building. The Oakland Museum of California administered the 13 projects under the direction of the Toll Bridge Program Oversight Committee.
We're distributing more than 450 tons of steel, and the pieces that are being distributed today range pretty widely. The smallest piece weighs about 1,000 pounds and the largest about 11 tons. Most of the pieces in their original form are pretty long. 20 feet is the shortest.
450 tons of steel doesn't get delivered by Amazon Prime. The recipients had to arrange their own deliveries. Mark Bullwinkle's bridge steel framed the art gate for the Harrison House Music, Arts, and Ecology Center at Joshua Tree. The LA Times called it an instant landmark for the national park when it was dedicated in 2017 as the first completed Bay Bridge steel art project.
We mixed it up and decided to do this project down in Joshua Tree, and they okayed it.
It's now we're Harrison House Music, Arts, and Ecology. So having a gate that's from repurposed steel from the Bay Bridge is really in keeping with our mission.
The second completed art installation is at the Truckee River Regional Park. Tony Stantiner's Mountain Forge, with lots of community involvement, has built a train platform made from Bay Bridge steel.
We set the columns about 2 months ago. We did our final measuring. We ordered material. We started building all these roof parts, but the size of this roof doesn't allow you to transport it from our shop through the town of Truckee to get here. So what we did is we had all these parts, and down on the ground we built the roof. It took almost the whole day. I kind of related it to an Amish barn raising. We had about 16 people here, 5 or 6 welders. We built the roof on the ground. We had a giant crane. We measured everything precisely. And then at about 8 o'clock at night, we were able to grab this crane and we just hoisted the roof up about 6 feet into its current position. I didn't want the columns to be hidden underneath the roof element, so we poked them through on either end. We poked it through on the top to put the light up. This is one of the 3 warning lights that was on the Bay Bridge, and we were really, really fortunate to get that. You can imagine that thing being towering over the Bay Bridge and the ships going under and earthquakes and whatnot, and the poor guy that had to go up and change the light bulb every once in a while.
Stantiner and his family and his crew were among the first to depart from the platform. On any given day, you'll now find cupcake-covered kids and Bay Bridge steel at the Truckee River Regional Park. In Truckee, Mark Jones reporting.